Hello, everyone.
Let me tell y'all a story.
About fuck, I was gonna
About
go
how your
into.
life got flipped, turned upside down.
Thank you. I was gonna
Okay.
go into that, and I suddenly spaced, and I couldn't remember how the lyrics went.
Oh, on the Discord end.
Yep. Just give me
I,
one
I mean,
second.
I'm no Will Smith, but I could
So this is
probably
a
sing
story
it
all
from
about
memory.
how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'm gonna tell you how. Fuck.
Okay, let's see. Uh, all right, it's coming through. Okay,
So,
Are we still live?
let us
we are live.
welcome to a brand new series. Is the Zero Escape games.
Boy!
Yep.
So, unlike our Danganronpa experiences, going forward, these games are going to be just as blind for Taze as they are for Earth.
Yep.
I have literally never heard of this game before.
You know,
Now,
I
I
mean,
actually
okay,
heard about
okay,
this.
I
no,
have.
that's a lie.
I actually heard about the
That
series
is a lie.
before I heard of Danganronpa.
But yeah, I will say that is also a lie. I have heard of this series before now, and it's been exclusively through Suki.
so
I've heard of this game once way back in the days of YouTube when I remember there was this only one guy who was posting Ace Attorney stuff. Uh, and he was playing this game. And I was like, huh. And that's how I remember 999. However, this is very similar to uh how Danganronpa went, whereas in both Sook and Loey, who's our new guest here, have
Hello.
played and beaten the games. While Tazi and Earth are completely blind, I have some knowledge. However, my knowledge of not the Zero Escape series, it's been a hot minute, so if Earth's stuck on anything, I'm not gonna be able to help that much.
That's
now
fine.
before we go in, I am going to have two pieces of advice to impart on you to keep in mind for the entirety of this journey.
Uh huh.
First of
All
all,
right.
there's going to be a button in the top right corner that will either say novel or adventure at any given point.
Uh huh.
You want to make sure that it is on novel mode at any time you possibly can.
Oh.
Novel mode
Okay.
shows the text that would be on the bottom screen of the DS version.
Ah.
It is critically important.
The second thing
Why is that even
is
an
that this is
option?
because they
Well, because-
had to do it. They had to find some way to do it in this game.
No, I meant why is there an option to turn that off?
It's we
You'll
can't
know
say.
when you see it.
Yeah, okay.
You'll know when you see
Oh,
it.
I mean,
boy.
to be fair,
Yeah.
adventure mode is still totally a functional story.
It's just not
Now-
nearly as good.
Now, the second thing. This is a game where you want to examine everything repeatedly until there is no more dialogue to be found, and examining it gets nothing new.
Ah,
You
so
also
like
want
Ace
to do
Attorney.
this. You also want to do this
Oh,
every possible angle. Also, do not let this play out.
oh, okay.
Let me guess.
Beyond
Spoilers.
that, spoilers will be actively avoided whenever possible.
Okay.
And
And-
let me guess, that intro is spoilerific as fuck, like near.
It
like-
shows every character.
So, in other words, it's about a spoiler on the level of the original Nier intro.
Pro-
It also has plot beat scenes showing in it, from what I remember.
so,
So
like
yes.
Nier.
Yeah.
Nier's intro was ridiculously bad in like it. God, it spoiled so much.
Lavoid, by the way, talking about that in detail because Loey still has to go through those games.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember another game that was like a really super spoilerly intro, but I can't think of it.
Danganronpa 1.
Yeah. All I'll say is
kind
if you ever go through the Nier games, just like there's a certain point about halfway through the game. Don't watch the intro until you're past that point. It'll be obvious once you're past the point.
Anyways, We have an adventure to get to, so let's hop to it.
Yep.
There is also one other thing that I will have to impart advice to you, but that now is not the time for that.
Yep. Oh,
Mhm.
It's a bit loud. I need to hop into the
Eh.
settings.
Oh,
When I
you're about
can.
to
We'll
get
take care of that
blasted in a
later.
second. You're really about to get ear blasted.
Yeah.
Watch your eardrums, kids.
Prepare your earbuds.
9,
Help it.
7.
5, 4, 3,
5,
2, 1.
5,
6, 5,
5.
4.
Go.
Thunderbirds are go.
Three, 2, 1, 0.
Oh, toss it.
Yeah, I
Right.
was running.
Then everyone died. The end.
Hope you enjoyed the game, everyone!
Let's see. The hell is flow?
Don't
If-
look at that yet.
Yeah, do not.
Yeah,
look
you'll
at that.
find about that later.
Let's see. Let's.
I think you can go back to the main.
Earth.
I'm trying to go to the settings.
There is none!
What?
Yeah, you have to go to the main menu again. It's lower sound.
Oh my god.
Okay. 1 second then.
Oh boy. Yes, delete the save data.
The no game.
Maybe 5?
I
I think
usually
5
have
probably.
Yeah.
I usually have games at 30%.
That is.
The no game.
30% is fine.
The
Please.
no game.
Okay.
I'll just turn it up on my end so we have a good blend. All right. All right. Finally.
Oh,
Oh wait, we have to watch this shit again.
I thought I was gonna save after that. Oh.
Time repeats itself, I guess!
Well, while this is
God damn it!
repeating, something I wanted to
One of
say
you guys
earlier
activated
was
One of you motherfuckers activated King Crimson.
I saw this back in an issue of Nintendo Power, and I was really interested in it, but I never got to play it. And then I picked it up on Steam when I saw it had appeared on there. But I got distracted, and I never went through it. And then, years passed, I've gone through the Danganronpa games, and Sook's like, yeah, so 999 is like another game by the same developer, and like, oh, okay, let's do that.
Not the same developer, but one of the developer of Danganronpa's best friends.
Yeah, Spike Chunsoft, not only known for this
No.
It
Kotaro Uchikoshi is the creator of the Zero Escape games. Kazutaka Kadaka is the creator of the Danganronpa games. They both work together on the same company that they both founded together nowadays.
Ah,
Oh, okay. But what
Anyway.
I was going to say is that Spike Chunsoft, which helped publish this game, also helped publish the next series of games, the AI Somnium Files, and I'm
Yes.
extremely
Anyway.
excited for when we get in that. Anyway.
Let's finally get started.
Please.
Okay.
A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open.
What the?
As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't Ow! Oi, a little fast there. Like, I didn't press the button, it just did that automatically. With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air.
Well, you have no auto. That's why.
His balance lost, and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on. Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor. It's not on auto because I have to press A here. It was just earlier. Like Junpei interrupted.
Junpei, that's how you pronounce it.
Sorry, Junpei interrupted the narration.
You know, the last
Damn it! Ah, what the hell?
Press RB.
the last the last time I saw this shit, it was not voiced, so hearing this voiced is really weird to me.
I will definitely say the trade-off that we're doing for playing this version of the game is that the voice acting for the characters in this game is phenomenal.
That's good.
All I know that Taliesin Jap is in it.
Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally, he understood where he'd fallen from.
A bed?
Oh, that's a triple-decker. That's gotta hurt.
Ugh.
A 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen, apparently, from the topmost bunk.
I felt
Oh,
pretty
he's
far.
gonna fucking feel that.
Yeah.
Onto a steel
really
floor,
hurt.
no less.
Oh, Jesus, my back just tenses just thinking about it.
My knees and my spine are already contorting themselves into knots just looking at that bed. That has got to be the most uncomfortable looking piece of shit I've ever seen.
I could probably sleep on that.
Well, he's already blown his kneecaps up to his head anyway, so he should probably be fine.
Anyway,
Anyways, we have narration.
his shoulder hurt, his knee hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead, where he'd slammed it against the low ceiling.
Damn,
Oh.
my eyesight's kind of blurry. Must have hit my head. No, wait. That's not it.
At first, he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening. But as he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking.
An earthquake. But it's shaking too fast for that.
Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake.
Anyway,
Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. And muttered to himself.
where am I?
His pain...
Mumbly,
That was weird.
dang.
Yeah, I did that again.
We'll figure that out later.
It's
Yeah.
still on auto. That's the thing. You can see it on the top, the bottom.
No, that's not an
No.
auto, that's a swap. It's
No,
saying
go
right
back-
bumper to...
go back to
I
novel
can't,
real
Amy.
quick.
I can't,
Stopped?
Son
Oh,
of
it
a
did?
bitch.
No, see at the bottom where it says stop. It's a little auto thing.
Yeah, press the start button.
That's the save.
Oh, not that button. What button did you go up to the menu?
Select.
Yeah, go to that. Hit that button.
I think now it's on auto.
Okay.
Well,
swap
let's
it back.
check.
Wait, it stopped?
Yeah, swap it back. Swap it back. Swap it back.
Yeah. It seems to only happen when it, like, goes off the bottom of the screen. A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking.
What's that sound?
In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin that they were little more than blankets. On the other side of the room was an identical bed. Set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door.
Is that blood?
Maybe.
It can't be. It's too red for that. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written, see, it's red paint, 5.
5? What's this 5 mean?
It means what you want it to mean.
No, it's not a 5, it's an S upside down.
No, it's clearly a guy doing a dance move if you look at it closely enough.
Clearly, we need to go watch the news.
Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly.
Thank you for actually getting that joke, Sook.
Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold
I got
of
the
the
news.
L-shaped
I got the
handle.
joke.
I'm like, maybe got the joke, but I'm not sure about it.
It's the Danganronpa 2 escape room that was a reference to this. Moving on.
Oh,
Thank you, Suk.
yeah, I completely forgot about that. My mind was on Huey Lewis in the News. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result.
It won't open.
Didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader.
What's this? Is this keeping the door shut?
Junpei knocked hard on the door.
Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door!
There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door and stopped.
Huh? What the hell is this?
He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of a sort he had never seen before. In the center was a large LCD display. You know, I think this came out before, like, Apple Watches and such.
A watch?
Yes.
Yes.
It doesn't look like one. 5. That's the same as the door.
True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew was that it was... All he knew was that it was strange and new, and he wanted it off.
The initial release date for this game on the DS was December 10th, 2009.
Yeah. We mostly had
Fitting.
flip phones back then. Junpei flipped his hand over, as if to remove a watch, but...
What? How do I take this off?
Oh my god, it's like one of those bracelets you get at a festival.
Like a Masanga bracelet?
I have no idea what that is. I'm talking
Oh,
about
that's
the...
a Japanese thing.
I'm talking about the little, like...
Oh, the plastic things, like when you go to hospitals? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. But I also see them used for attendance at, like, theme parks and such.
Yeah.
The other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps...
Maybe pushing something on this will work?
He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing.
Nothing. Damn. Guess I'll have to force it off.
Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However...
No good. This stupid thing won't come off.
A steel ring ran from the face and around Junpei's wrist, and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off any time in the near future.
Oh, well, time to pull a
What the
Slay
hell
of the
is the
Princess.
deal with this thing?
Yeah. Also, my mind is going back to Danganronpa 3.
Oh god.
Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode.
Where am I?
Well, keep tampering in that bracelet, and maybe...
And why the hell am I here? Why? What the hell happened to me? My head.
Pain bloomed, but he did his best to shake it off. He raised his head.
Huh.
It was at that moment that he noticed the window.
This is...
The window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from an early 20th century ship.
Hold on. Am I on a ship?
I just realized those screws around the window are massive. Like, oh my god,
They're
that's
kind
as,
of big, yeah.
as big as
On the
my
local
fist.
screws.
Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside.
Junpei squinted, trying to see something, anything. It was at that moment.
Huh? What the? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the hell is going on here?
Oh, I have an idea. So, I think this bit was actually shown in the Nintendo Power thing that I saw.
Probably.
Was that the first thing was escaping from a room filling with water.
Oh god, this music gives me anxiety.
crack split the glass of
That's
the
doing
window,
his job.
and for a moment, Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst and water began to pour into the room.
What the hell? God damn it!
God damn it!
I don't know why that just made that was funny to me. Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water already coming through the window. He ran for the door.
Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something!
There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and rising quickly toward his knees.
It's not stopping.
Oh, that's the phrase they use.
Not good. Not good at all. I need to find a way out, and fast.
Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes and looking around the room.
Right into
minute.
the thick of it. Get the fuck out of this room.
Keep a way out. Wait a minute, those sound effects I've heard before.
So, at the start of every room, you're going to get an overhead map briefly before you start exploring.
Oh, cool. Operations during an escape. During an escape, you are restricted to an area. Your goal? Search around to uncover how to unlock the door. There are items and hints in the room that will help you escape. Use cursors to select the location you find suspicious to search the room. Use left bumper or right bumper to walk around. Use the left stick to use the cursor. X speed up, A to search. About items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Pressing Y will take you to the item screen.
You got a note.
Pressing search will allow you to examine an item. Sometimes pressing search on an item will let you special dialogue. So much like anything
Yeah.
on the actual room itself, you want to do it multiple times.
I've played an Ace Attorney.
We've
Let's
done
see.
some Ace Attorneying.
When you close the item screen, unless the item will be in hand, pull an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Okay. Bolton.
Yeah, I
there's
only
nothing
remember
there.
the DS version of this game, so... A picture frame.
Oh, I can't take the towel. Water keeps pouring in. It's like a waterfall. I don't think shoving something into the window is going to stop the water. In other words, if I don't want to die, I need to find a way out of this room. So that's the table. Let's see, it's a pipe. I know. I'll crawl into the pipe and find a way out. There's nobody here to make fun of my lame jokes. Man, this sucks.
I will offer
Yeah, there's
one
a
thing.
lot of shit like that in this game, and it's great.
I just want to say one thing. Examine the ladder. That's it. Oh, hello.
There's some hangers. There's a lock on the briefcase. It won't budge. See if there's anything in the keyhole.
Well, we don't know the combo, I think.
Yep, so we'll be coming back to this later. Door to the stove. It opens easily enough. Sure. Wish the door to get out of here was that easy to open. Aha!
Is there anything inside the stove?
Well, that solves the mystery of whether the, or not the stove has been used before. Well, the screwdriver got those screws off easily enough, and here's the picture. Okay, so let's see.
Oh, that's some awkward flipping.
Yeah,
The sensitivity is really high, huh?
yep. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
So it looks like it's 7463. Thank you, game. I already figured this out. What the fuck?
Don't look at that yet.
How are you gonna enter it?
I assumed I'd use my thumb.
There's
Nope.
a key. Well, oh wait, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. Just keep looking around.
A key? That's a key, alright. A big blue one. Oh, I need a red key too. Oh, for this. Okay, examining the ladder. I cannot examine the ladder.
I think you'd have to move.
Oh, there we go. I can't see the bottom of the ladder. Oh man, the water's already up to the bottom of the bed. Gotta hurry this up. It's a ladder that goes up to the top bunk. Were you hoping
You should keep
for a
examining
comment
it.
about a step ladder?
No, but there's some fun.
So, ladder, we meet again. Once again, I gaze upon this stately ladder. Ladder? I don't even know her. Most original joke ever. Hey, so did you hear what the shopkeeper said after his ladder got stolen? No. What'd he say? Further steps will be taken.
Consequences will never be the same.
And that's why I have no friends.
I like that line before. As I gaze into this ladder, the ladder gazes into me.
The ladder watches me. I sense that it finds me wanting. So this friend of mine fell all the way down a 15-foot ladder. Oh, that's pretty bad. How's he doing? Oh, he's alright. But he's feeling pretty wrung out by the whole experience.
I love these jokes.
I should be writing these down. They're comedy gold. I think the ladder is following me. Trying to keep up with all the latest styles has me all wrung out. Well, if it's a choice between being a step for someone else and being a real social climber, I'll take the ladder. What do you call a secondary ladder covered in people? A full B ladder. Okay, I need to stop doing these before I hurt myself. Besides, it's no time to be making jokes. I need to get out of here now. Ladder. It appears to have something to do with the bed. Okay, no more jokes. Thank
Okay.
you for
I've
that.
never seen that dialogue before, so that makes me very happy.
I remember seeing that on the DS thing, so that's why I was excited. I was like, yes, this is
It's
the
gonna
ladder.
die like this, drowning all because he
Probably
wasted
won't
time
this
making
key.
jokes about ladders and pipes.
We got
Yeah,
something.
Mood.
Huh. Oh, what's up with my face?
Bro, you look fucking tired.
Mood.
Wow. I look
Also,
like shit.
hello, Leo.
Yeah, you do look like shit.
Side note,
How's
you'll
that?
be happy to know. You'll be happy to know that for the first time in a hot fucking minute, we are playing as a full-grown adult.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Ah.
Holy shit.
Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? I left work, headed back to my apartment, and
What are we saying hi to me for? I've been here the whole time.
You were in Twitch chat.
I'm back.
That was like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shush.
shut up, you sassy ass chinchilla.
I will not be silent.
Man, work was rough
Hi,
today.
Gabi. That was pretty funny.
Huh? A breeze. Huh, that's weird. Did I
RB,
leave that open? Everything looks okay. I must
The
have
RB
forgotten to
button.
close it.
Oh, what about BRB button?
Hit it.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about it like an actual BRB, as in be right
I
back
said
button.
RB.
Orbeez.
What's this about Arby's? Orbeez?
Oh my god.
You have the meats.
They have the morts.
Oh my god.
Then it happened.
What the fuck?
What?
Are you my mummy?
Oh my god.
Junpei turned
Hey.
and found himself face to mask with a man dressed all in black.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
That's a different episode entirely. That was an astronaut costume. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden.
Who are...
Suddenly, he couldn't finish. Junpei tried to yell, but all he could manage was a strangled croak.
I can't...
I'm just... Now I'm thinking of a different Doctor Who bit, where, like, the villain walked into a board meeting wearing a gas mask, confusing the hell out of everyone else, and they're like, why are you wearing a gas mask? And he's like, for the gas, duh! And then hit a button and just flooded the room with gas.
Here's a question,
And
though.
I feel like that's what happened here.
Here's a question. Which Doctor Who are we talking? Like, how old?
This was, I believe this was David Tennant. It was one of the first seasons that had, fucking, what's his name? The Master.
I don't watch Doctor Who. All I know that the latest season, the Doctor was a woman, and one of the older Doctors had a sonic screwdriver. That is all I know.
All the Doctors have a sonic screwdriver.
I thought, like, the
like
10th
his
or
name.
something.
By the way, guys,
Sorry, what?
Sorry.
Anyway,
we have a scene to get through, by the way.
Junpei collapsed to the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs like a discarded puppet. Yep, I was right. Too late, he noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured out at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into the white haze. He could feel his mind begin to fade as well. A white haze that was not the smoke creeping into the edges of his vision.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen.
A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh and distorted in some way. Junpei couldn't put his finger on.
You are going to participate in a game.
Would you like to play a game?
Oh, no.
The memory game.
I was gonna say, would you like to play a
It is
game?
where you will put your life on the line.
We already did that already, sir! It's called Danganronpa.
That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him. The masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist.
That's right. That guy with the gas mask. That son of a bitch must have taken me here. When I get my hands on him...
He ground his teeth in frustration and strained to remember anything about his attacker's figure.
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not.
The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed through a voice changer, and the body had been covered in a thick cloak.
Just who was that? They said, you have been chosen.
What it might mean, that was beyond him.
What the hell is going on? Why me?
There was only one thing from his memory that seemed important.
You are going to participate in a game. The memory game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
What is this Squid Game shit?
Nonary game.
It kinda is.
Hi, Dragon Cat.
Hello.
What the
Also,
hell is
just
a
for the
nonary
record-
game? God damn it!
In any instance where this fucker shows up where there isn't actually voice acting, I will be voicing him.
Okay. Also, let's see, nonary. I believe no is like Latin root relating to 9.
Nona.
Yes. Nonary
This
is relating to or based on the number 9.
This game involves a lot of math.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
fuck.
can kind of tell from the title. I'm good at math. It's one of the few things that I'm smart at. And it's a good thing I'm at the controls then. With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Guess that's a lever, huh? Maybe if I pull it. Oh, it
Nope.
looks like pulling the lever just makes a weird noise. Great. The light's still red, and the display hasn't changed. Why the hell isn't this thing opening? Okay.
Well, okay, never mind. I'm gonna shut the hell up. Just gonna let you figure these out by yourself.
Yep. Okay, let's see. So let's see, this was 7, 4, 6, 3. But they're red and blue, and that has me concerned.
Just give it a try. What's the worst that can happen?
True. Okay, so let's see.
What's
7,
the worst
4,
thing that could happen when you're trapped in a flooding room?
7, 4.
Well, keep looking around. Maybe you'll find something.
Alright, key acquired. Sure hope I can open that thing now. Alright, let's stick that right key in there. It's not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Well, alright, I take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. And then turn the key. I do that, this thing might pop right open. Let's give it a shot. During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several minigames. All operations for minigames are done using left stick and A. Some minigames will require you to manipulate something, while others will only require you to apply the right object or press the right thing. Pressing the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way and then press the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. So let's see, that was 7463.
Yep.
I hope you like Mario Party.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
thinks you might
not
need
opening.
some more clues.
Yeah, I wonder if anything I've got might have a hint. Things should open if I put in the right numbers and turn the key. I mean, we know there's a 7-4 involved somewhere.
I'd say, yeah, just keep looking around the room then. That is indeed a stove.
I don't think it's gonna open if I whack it on the wall a couple times. This might make me feel better. Not gonna help though. Keep cool, look around for some more clues.
I mean, unironically, you could try forcing that open with a screwdriver. It's just a briefcase. It's leather and cardboard.
What if it's steel with a nice covered finish?
Wait,
Even then, you
I-
should be with the lever. You should be able to force it open.
I just had a thought.
What's up?
Okay, let's see. So we've got 7-4. Let's see, 7-4-8-1.
Cool.
Ah!
Nope. You gotta
So-
keep looking, champ.
The crease down the middle, and plus the prominent mirror in the room made me think, okay, mirror image the symbols for the other two.
Not a bad line of thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
5, huh? What does that mean? I mean, what does it mean? We know it means a full square. No, I already checked that.
Did you check the other bunks?
Can't bring myself to call this a bed. It feels like a board with a sheet on it. It's pretty flat.
Can I ask you for something?
What's up?
You try checking under the pillows?
No. So, oh, what the fuck? Did you look that up?
You were clicking the sheets the entire time.
Okay, so the fact that the entire bed, including the pillow, lit up in yellow when I clicked it, made me think that it, made me think that it was all, like, one static object.
Yeah, no, it is not. And let that be a lesson to you, and keep that very in your mind forward. You'll have to deal with stuff like that in fair bed.
Yep, okay, so, let's see. So, 7-4... 7485.
Well, you were close with your 7481 guess, I suppose.
I had a feeling something was behind the pillow. I was like, I'm pretty sure something's behind the pillow.
You looked that up.
I didn't. I legit did not look that up. Hand on the Bible, I did not look that up.
Yes! I unlocked it. It's opening. Stack of red key cards. There's a number on each one. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
My memory is very selective. I just remember random ass shit
So
sometimes.
let's see. 0, 2, 6, 3. Oh my god. Oh my god! Alright, let's see if these numbers work. Turn the key and... Hey, it looks like it's working. Alright, let's open it up. Oh, I was expecting more key cards. Yes, it opened. Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? File screen. If you find any documents or notes during this gate, information contained in them will be available on the file screen. Press right to open the file screen. Alright, let's see what's in here. Digital root. Let's see here. I was suddenly reminded of a tweet that was like making fun of the style of writing in Danganronpa and the Nonary games. I think specifically the Nonary games. You probably seen it. The one about temporal ass pain, aka TAP.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a very good meme, and you have no idea how true it is.
I've never heard this meme in my life.
The fact that it's starting off with compute a digital root with the following steps is like, okay, I can see where they're coming from. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single-digit number, add the digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double-digit number, add the numbers in tens place to the ones place. Keep adding until you have a single-digit answer. That final single digit is your digital root. Therefore, digital root. Blah 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 blah. Yes, I get it. I see.
No math.
So I just keep adding
Most
numbers
people
until I
don't.
get a single digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, a calculator, and a stack of keycards. Oh, there's my other keycards.
Blue. Dabba dee dabba
6, 7,
die.
8. Noticeably missing 4, 5, and 9. Does that mean something?
Can't you just turn over the 6 and make it another one and make it a 9?
I mean, I
That's
could.
not how cards work.
I could.
Here's the meme, Hannah. Also, don't look up the meme again, or cause you might look too far into things.
Press left to open the calculator. Calculator can also oh, so you tell me how to how to calculate a digital root, and then you just give me a tool for it. Fun.
Yeah, because you're
fuck
gonna be
is
using
this
it
meme?
a lot.
What the fuck is this meme?
Correct is what it is.
Alright.
Cards with numbers on them. Pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide these cards and see if they work. And... Huh? It's not working. Why? No. No, that's right. I still have cards I haven't used. Damn it, not again! There aren't any more cards in here. I only got one other hint.
Have I been muted this entire time?
No.
I've heard you.
Huh, weird.
Of course, the files. The file said something about a digital root. Digital root. What am I supposed to do with the 5 on that door? Do I have to get a digital root of 5? Not really sure about this. Whatever, it's worth a shot. I'll just slide the cards to give me a digital root of 5 through the reader. Okay. Okay, I have to select 3 cards. Alright, okay, so they...
7
so I have
and
to-
1.
What?
Sorry, I think it might. I just did the mental math.
7
You
and
said you
1
were
would
bad
make
at math.
8.
No, 6, 7, and 1 would make 13 and 14, and then
Yeah.
that gives you a digital.
Yeah.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
Sorry, I didn't hear you say 6, so I just heard 7 and 1. I'm like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, I think this is gonna work. There we go. That's a new noise. Let's just unlock. Well, the light was red, now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go.
Time to get the fuck out.
Also, I'm sorry for just blurting out the solution like that.
I mean,
You
both
found
of you
it!
are going through this game together this time, so...
Fair.
You found it!
Yaha! Accompanied by a wall of angry water, Junpei shot out of the room and into the opposing wall. Hey, you should probably close that door. The water tossed and turned him like a washing machine, and he only stopped rolling when he hit his head on the wall. Oh my god, poor Junpei, your head.
My head. Wait, is it over?
Someone get this man a construction helmet.
That felt too much
Yeah,
like being
right?
flushed down a toilet. Damn.
Junpei struggled to his feet in the still rushing water.
Well, better than drowning, I guess. Am I in a hallway?
You may be.
The water that had followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly down the hallway and slammed to the foot of the short flight of stairs. Junpei, close the fucking door!
Oh,
Just 5 steps, in fact. At the top of the short staircase.
a door. Another door.
Yes, Dragon Cat, we have a moth friend.
Hello.
Damn this water. Ugh. Let me go.
Junpei, close the fucking door!
I think you underestimate how much water there is.
it is hard to close a door when in
I mean-
this kind of situation. Like,
mean,
I think
it
they did a
is.
thing in the Mythbusters.
Yeah, they did.
It is. It's gonna be harder to close the. Or, anyway, the whole place is gonna flood, is what I'm saying. Junpei leapt up the stairs, straight for the door.
Yes, it opened.
The door burst open, and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible response could there have been to what he saw?
What the hell?
His voice trailed off, and all he could do was stare. A polished floor stretched out before him, ornate staircases rising up from the edges, each one of them equidistant from the others. The stairs and pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked like nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s.
This is the inside of a ship?
Thank you, Junpei, for noticing. Junpei couldn't help but wonder.
Well...
Yeah, Dragon Cat, that's exactly what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, you've gotten out of the room, but, like, you are rapidly filling the area with water.
Mm-hmm. Also, yes, you do indeed see him off. We have a fifth friend here from now on.
Yeah, it took a bit of work to get everyone to fit.
But we did it.
The water quickly filling the
Specifically,
hallway.
off that.
The water quickly filling the hallway behind him suggested that yes, he was. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he'd been in, gathering speed as it moved towards the stairs.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's too bad we don't have a skim board. I'd love to do that. That'd be
totally,
fun.
What the heck is a skid board?
It's a thing. It's basically like a floaty foam board that you use
Oh.
on water.
Must be a regional term for it. We call them bodyboards.
Right, it must.
Boogie boards?
No, boogie boards is when you're riding over waves. A skim board is like when you're riding over the very, very, very shallow water. Because it's like when a wave crashes on the shore, right? During like low tide or whatever, and it's about to float and how the water is super shallow, you ride a skim board over that because it skims.
Yeah, so I heard skin board.
No, that's made out of Rantaro's ass.
No!
Anyway, I mean,
Almost choked.
it is a flotation device.
Anyway, I'm gonna go finish off the banana bread we got. BRB.
Save me some! I have not had any.
Okay. Oh shit. I'll
No
go bring
joke.
it to you then.
You almost made water come out of my nose.
Good. Anyway,
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wait, what the hell?
One's drowning tonight.
Jesus.
A wave?
Oh,
Shit!
God.
Shit! Okay, I gotta get out of here.
man, I hope there was no one else in any of those other rooms.
Oh.
Thank you. Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking
Oh,
in protest on the polished floor, and ran toward the tremendous staircase in front of him.
C deck.
By the way, you're in D deck.
B deck. Hurry! Hurry!
So I was a D-class personnel, I guess. As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, denoting the decks of the ship.
A deck's next.
Deck.
There's a 4 on the wall. Took the stairs 2 at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself. Just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead.
What?
And here is our crew.
I like the expression on the guy to the right. He looks like he stepped right out of Maniac Mansion. I love it. Oh, and the girl down there looks like she stepped out of Shantae.
Okay, so just for a quick point of reference, guy on the left is being voiced by Taze, top guy is being voiced by Loey, bottom girl is being voiced by Hannah, I'm voicing the guy on the right.
Okay. Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye.
People.
He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were 4 people staring at him. On the
And
right side, 3 more.
A lot of people.
out of these people, pink hair girl is being voiced by Hannah. The middle guy with his eyes closed is also being voiced by Loey, and the old guy on the right is being voiced by Taze.
Okay. Why do I get a Dick Gumshoe vibe from the guy on the right?
It's the code, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the code.
He has the coat. He has the Detective Jowd coat.
Yep. All told, there were 7 of them. I feel like there should be one more person.
Shoes bad hair day.
Kinda.
Okay, what is that JoJo villain who looks like a pineapple? His hair looks like that.
See?
And meanwhile, I'm just thinking, I really hope I don't have to voice me fighting the Great Mighty Pooh.
No.
Oh,
No, you
oh,
shouldn't.
come on. He has an excellent singing voice.
And I
Actual opera
don't.
singer.
I mean, have you heard me?
Well, fine. It's common for voice actors to have a second person do the singing voice. I can handle that.
I feel like Taze could hit. Yeah, I feel like Taze could hit the mean tenors. And definitely some power.
I am the Great Mighty Pooh.
No.
I'm going to throw my...
My shit at you.
Taze, you got
Okay,
Oh, wait,
all
we
this
have
wrong.
a ship sinking right now.
Yes, we have a ship sinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all about to die.
And hey, I
Y'all
was
thinking
doing
about
it from
poop.
memory, so
Anyway.
lay off.
Anyway, it looked as though they had been on their way down the stairs. They stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there, staring at one another.
This is awkward.
Now I know this looks bad.
Cha-cha, real awkward.
Junpei didn't move, one foot placed awkwardly on the next step, in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? This entire interaction only lasted a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei, and time began to move again.
I guess there's another one of us now.
A dancer?
The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. In brackets. Her clothes covered very little, and her prodigious jewelry little more.
Damn, I wish my body was as toned as hers.
You know, I have to wonder how one wears jewelry like that. I might be interested.
No, I'm not. You better get moving.
Whoa, animation.
Yeah, this is another thing that the original version did not have.
No, it had.
Oh, it did?
Very
Huh.
little.
With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei and toward the doors behind him.
Oh, well, okay then.
Sudden proximity of a woman. The sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned.
Just say it, you like the boobs. Goddamn, Junpei.
But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman.
Silver hair? Huh?
The first to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He threw a quick glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering,
One of us, huh?
Hi, Sean Chiplock.
Nothing.
Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed for Junpei to see wisps of gray in his hair. His composure and shock of hair struck Junpei as rather like that of an elderly lion.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Oh my god, I love his voice. He sounds super familiar, but I can't put my finger on it.
I can look up the
Hey!
voice actor.
Yeah, his voice sounds very familiar to me.
Wait, hold on. The doors won't open?
He is voiced by Richard Epcar.
Oh! know who he is. He's the voice of Zangetsu from Bleach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was thinking Zangetsu from Bloodstained, and that is David Hayter.
That's Solid
No,
Snake.
you may also know him as Terranort.
Oh, Ansem.
Oh!
Ansem. That's how.
It's lies. Holy fuck.
No, Ansem
Ansem
Seeker of Darkness.
My bad.
All
Yeah,
things
yeah.
beget in darkness, and all
Also
such
Joseph
end.
Joestar.
Well, I haven't watched the English version
Old
of
Joseph Joestar. Oh my god!
I mean, that would be the Japanese voice actor, which is different.
I know, but I didn't. I wanted to do it anyway.
He's also Bobobo, if you watched that.
I haven't. The
I remember
only
that.
one of those that I've watched, well, that I've watched the English dub of, is Ansem. Alright. The next to speak to Junpei was a girl with pink hair and a high voice.
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
Another familiar voice.
That is Wendy Lee.
I know, she's been everywhere.
Her small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. His eyes were closed, almost as though he were sleeping. His features were graceful, almost serene, and he was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help feeling he was noble and dignified, somehow. He'd certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei had always imagined a prince would be like.
That's 9 of us then.
Alright,
All of the
Towels and
cards
Jeff.
are in hand.
What does that mean?
Go ahead.
Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other man had meant, but the girl with pink hair rushed past him.
Wait! They're gone. Just what is going on? There's an old
He's
man like a
Aizen from
lion,
Tales
a
of
girl
Berseria.
with pink hair, and a prince, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's a character I'm familiar with.
That's not.
He turned just in time to see 2 more people running toward him. One of them had hair like a bird's nest and looked as though a stiff breeze might topple him. And the other was a veritable mountain of a man.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good that sounds like an ADHD introduction.
Thrilling introduction here.
The
scrawny one scuttled past Junpei as though he were running from something.
What's that all about?
Hey! What the hell are you just standing there for? Didn't you hear him?
This guy is voiced by Edward Bosco.
The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go!
Before he had a chance to respond, the man laid a massive hand on Junpei's shoulder. With no more effort than Junpei would have used to brush aside a fly, the man shoved him out of the way. Thrown off balance by the man in recent events, it took Junpei a few steps to get his bearings. He finally regained his balance and looked up at what the other 7 had been running toward.
Hey man, that was dangerous.
Huh?
There were 2 pairs of large iron doors set into the wall in front of him. They looked quite sturdy, and each had handles shutting from them. Written across the surface of each door in red paint was a number. The door on the right.
4. And this one says 5. They're the same.
The guy Junpei had decided to call Silver was mumbling to himself. It's no use.
The room I woke up in had a
God
number on
damn
the
it.
door just like that.
You too, eh?
With an arched eyebrow, the lion looked over at Silver.
My cell was the same. A number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspected the rest of you.
It was as though the floodgates had been opened. They all began to talk at once.
Me too.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
Soon became clear that each of one of them had awoken in a room with a locked door and solved a puzzle to escape. They'd all ended up in the same room, almost as though they'd been guided there.
Yes, we all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that lady?
Before the dancer had time to finish, Silver was already running.
open! Damn it!
He grabbed hold of the door labeled 5 and pulled. However...
Fuck, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way!
The mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. His path clear, he took a few steps back and threw himself at the door. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Come on, you can see the number. Do it one more time! You dumbass! That was 2 more times! The door shook as his body slammed into it, but showed no sign of breaking or opening.
Hey, math is not his strong suit.
Then how the fuck did he get out of his room? Like, something you have to realize.
He kicked it down!
Despite how all these characters may appear, they've all had to solve at least one puzzle, probably one which involved
Also,
advanced
side
math.
Side note, everyone, it's not just you who is an adult this time. Every single character in our cast is 18 or older.
Thank God, that's gonna make any fan service scenes a lot less awkward.
Yep.
A body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it. There must be some other way.
Seriously, screw you, Mikan. Junpei turned toward door 4. Next to the door on the wall was a small box.
This looks just like the device next to the door in that room earlier.
Why is there an echo?
So that means this door is probably
Internal
locked.
monologue.
Ah.
Yeah, he's thinking.
But still...
He had to check. Junpei grabbed a handle and threw all of his weight into it. It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he'd suspected.
Damn it!
Blanc, there's always time for fan service. Junpei punched the door. It did not respond.
Are there any other doors?
He'd barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he passed on the way up sprang unbidden to his mind. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back toward the stairs. He had scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person. Our 9th member!
And here's your other role, Earth.
It was a girl. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before.
Sister?
What's the opposite term for Oni-chan?
Oni-san? Ni-chan?
I'm not sure. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he'd met her before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well.
Huh?
Having as thrilling a conversation as he had with the nerd. Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly toward her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. Junpei, what did you do?
I've accidentally capsized the ship by sprouting a leak.
The quake caught the girl unprepared, and she fell.
Watch out!
Maybe Junpei got the Rantaro ass.
He took a step, and the ground quivered before him. Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her. Or so he thought.
Oh.
Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own. He was flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment that seemed to stretch for a very long time, they stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. The silence was complete, a thick, muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh! Is that you, Jumpy?
Jumpy. 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 That's right. I'm a rabbit furry. Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned.
Akane.
You are considerably more dressed than the Akane we're familiar with. Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Kurashiki. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. But what was she doing on the ship? You know, this trope pops up all the time in anime, but I feel like if I ran into anyone that I knew in elementary school, I'd have no fucking idea who they are.
No, I'd be the exact same, bro. I'd be like, who the fuck are you?
Like, the only people that I could say that I would actively recognize are Hannah and one other childhood friend of mine, and that is it.
Right, I'm talking about people that I haven't seen since elementary.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Nope, nuh-uh.
Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he'd thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. He could feel his Man, I just cannot talk today. He could feel his face heating up. At that moment...
RB.
RB.
What?
Orbeez.
We have them.
What's that voice?
Arby's?
I have something I'm going to need to share with you later.
Me specifically.
Specifically, some people realizing how Orbeez, the little toy, sounds a lot like trying to say Arby's with a thick accent. And hilarity ensues. They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last they found it. A speaker set in the ceiling.
Oh no! I knew he was on. I knew he carried
dialogue.
Yeah.
I knew that he carried the Magric virus, but to think he would resort to actual kidnapping.
It's actual dialogue. I thought it was just like Zelda-style random barks.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it's actual dialogue.
I'm gonna kick your ass and take your Z-Saber. The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static.
This is...
Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it?
That guy in the gas mask! Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
I will say, though, as far as the Lion's voice actor goes, while Ansem is a role that I've heard him in, I feel like that specific voice he's doing, I've heard before. And that's not Ansem's voice.
It might have been from Bleach, then.
I haven't watched Bleach.
Yeah, you probably have. He's also Principal Eggman from Persona 5.
Quiet Tower.
Nonary game.
He's also Raiden.
What the hell's that?
Let's see. I have played through Persona 5, so that might be. The voice continued, implacable. I'd probably have to just see his IMDb page.
What is he talking about?
Hey,
There's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. How do you not notice these things? Jinpei followed suit and dug into the pocket of his pants. He felt the telltale crumple of paper. Slightly damp from his earlier ordeal. Only slightly? My dude, you took a
Who the
bath.
fuck has time check your pockets when you're trying to get out of escape room and run from being drowned?
I had to search that room like 3 times looking for hidden objects. You'd think I would have searched my
Search
pockets.
the room, not your pants.
Yeah?
The lion is also like half the characters in Skyrim.
Okay, that's probably where. Search your ass.
Hey, I got one too.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter.
Yeah, it's probably from like half the Nords in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's specifically a voice of one of the named characters. I want to say someone from the Companions.
Would you mind terribly
Figure that out.
reading it to us, young man?
His request had been delivered to Jinpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he'd been asked.
On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive.
Man, I hope we don't need anything on D-Deck.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Because that would... I'm guessing that would be the digital route for all of our numbers, maybe?
There's one last thing I must tell you. As you have no doubt surmised, this ship has begun to sink.
Actually, let me check that out real quick. Yep. You're being awfully specific. Am I gonna have to remember this shit? The voice finished, and the speaker went silent.
I hear a bell. I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
It's the clock telling us the time.
Everyone had their eyes on the antique clock embedded in the wall. 7, 8, 9. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came.
It rang 9 times, so 9 o'clock then?
I think it's 9 p.m.
So we have until 6 a.m.
I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
The speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Hey! You bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole!
That guy won't stop shouting. And the others.
That was very handsome, though.
Whew.
Junpei, too, was consumed by his thought. Even Junpei is consumed by his thoughts.
I have way too many questions. Who is Zero? What's the Nonary game? What's it for? Is he some nutjob just doing this to mess with us, or does he have some other purpose? And why pick me to be part of this insane game? And the others? Why are these 8 people here? And the most confusing of them all. Why is I haven't seen her since elementary school. Why her? Why now? Coincidence? No. There's no way. There has to be a reason. I don't know what exactly, but there has to be.
Very well.
The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence.
Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the numbered doors? Hey, wait! But don't tell me you're actually gonna do what this Zero says.
No, that's not what I mean.
The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed.
I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
What?
Where have we not looked? Everyone searched A-Deck already, right?
Yeah, we were kind of in a rush though, so we probably missed some things.
Why don't we check out the lower floors first? We should see how deep this place goes.
I can work with that.
Then let's go.
Whoa! What the hell? It's completely submerged.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was kind of my beat.
Junpei, I told you to shut the fucking door. We've only got 6 hours now.
The water level keeps rising like this, we're all gonna drown.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about.
The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it.
See? The water's not flowing. That means the origin of the water has been stopped. Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down. He said that our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
Then you're saying we won't sink till then?
Prince, that's not quite accurate. It means the water won't reach A-Deck for 9 hours. It could rise before then.
Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point to wishful thinking.
That's depressing.
If we don't determine a way to advance from this point, we are stuck on A-Deck and C-Deck.
Looks that way.
Hey, hold on. How about we check C-Deck before we jump to any conclusions? We might find something there.
Huh, you're right. I think we should look at the metal doors by the big staircase, too. They're pretty suspicious.
No numbers on either door. And I don't see an authentication device either. Nope. It's locked.
This one too. Damn, none of the doors are opening.
Hey guys, over here. There's another door behind the stairs.
This one doesn't open either.
We'll see about that. Hey, old man. Give me a hand.
Using force, I see. Let's give it a try.
God, this is really bugging me. I'm gonna need his IMDb page after.
Could you not just start shouting out of
I
nowhere?
can do that.
You almost gave me a heart attack, you know.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't appear to have moved even with 2 of us trying. It's very well made.
Idiots. Try using your brain first.
Huh?
Take a closer look.
A keyhole?
Right. It's obvious what we need to open this door.
A key, huh?
You got a problem?
No, I just really doubt we'll find a key that easily.
We only need the D. Ignoring the tense air between the two, Junpei moved closer to examine the doorknob.
What's this?
Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot. Oh, that's the symbol for the sun. Helios, I think.
Oh,
There's a
impressive.
mark on it. Does it mean something?
I learned it from Final Fantasy.
Not impressive.
Chloe has some bad
learned about the astral-
experiences from other people regarding Final Fantasy. 14
Besides, we had-
specifically.
Look, they reuse a lot of zodiac symbols there.
Besides,
Astral
no,
Watch
guys,
symbols.
you're wrong. We all learned the planet symbols from Sailor Moon. Let's be fair here.
I did
Correct
not
me if I'm
watch.
wrong, but didn't you outright state that you hadn't seen Sailor Moon as a kid?
I had seen Sailor Moon, but not a lot of it. The only times I was able to catch
Same.
it is if I was homesick from school.
I, meanwhile, actively watched that shit.
Yeah, like
I watched it, but I was very embarrassed while I did so because it was girl crap.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to watch it, but yeah, it was just the time slot was when I was at school, so very rare.
Hey, look! Over here, too!
Pink Hair was looking at double doors they hadn't examined yet.
More doors.
I think they're elevators. There's an inverted triangle button by them.
May as well try pressing it.
Ugh.
Maybe the power
Yeah.
isn't on.
Or we need to do something with this card reader. There's a strange mark here too.
Oh, that's a symbol as well, but it's escaping me. It's one of the zodiac symbols, though. I know I've seen.
It's not Jupiter.
Scorpio,
Is it Saturn?
maybe? I'm thinking it's a zodiac, not a planet.
It is a planet. It's not a zodiac.
Okay.
What is this? It looks like a lowercase h with a dash drawn across.
Okay,
the
let me
upper
look
stem
this
of
up
the
real
H.
quick.
They're gonna just say it in a second.
I mean, we'll probably find a clue for it eventually. I'm just.
This is the symbol of Saturn.
Oh, I was right. It is Saturn.
It's an astrological symbol.
Then the mark on the other door.
I think that was the sun symbol.
Yay!
We saw the same symbols on A deck.
You did?
I don't remember that.
A deck, huh? I haven't been there, so I wouldn't know.
We may as well check again since we're talking about it.
Lion's words urged them on, and they took the stairs up.
There! The two doors next to the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
She's right.
I think
it looks
that one is
similar to what
Earth.
we saw downstairs.
This is an Earth symbol.
No, that's
Aha!
Earth
The
got Earth
horizontal
right.
line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian.
That one I know from fucking Hexen.
I see.
Jinpei looked up at the ceiling.
The ceiling. Metal plates. Huh. It's as if it's covering something up.
Perhaps it was a dome of some kind.
I wish we could get out through there.
Be realistic. We'd need a lot of explosives to open that up.
The windows too. Huh. They're all covered.
There were
Those
several windows
fucking-
along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were covered with metal plates. Well, I think
Fucking Danganronpa ass-sized rivets.
okay. No, these rivets are far smaller than Danganronpa rivets, but
Yeah.
also, I feel like we're probably underwater, so I would not want these to be normal windows.
In other words,
That's fair.
boats aren't underwater.
we're trapped.
I think this
all
boat is
the exits
underwater.
go nowhere.
I believe we are in the process of sinking.
Well, yeah, I mean, you saw one float.
Yeah.
Flood.
Yeah. Junpei was
But
not
the whole
happy.
boat isn't underwater. Then then it would have been sunk, and there would be water everywhere.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
He does have a point, Loey. Everything is sealed off. We can't know for certain.
Yeah, like if there is enough water in the lower decks to counteract the buoyancy of the air in the remaining decks that are not submerged, then the ship could sink down while still having the air within the upper levels of it. Suppose that works a similar way to a diving bell or a bathysphere.
Here's a very terrifying thought. That exact phenomenon happened to multiple warships during Pearl Harbor. There were tons of sailors who straight up died because they were in the ships that sunk, and the
cool.
U.S. wasn't able to rescue them.
Yeah.
Cool. I see you're already getting into the role of a character of this game, Taze.
Okay, but on a less morbid note, that's also the way that submarines work. By controlling their ballast, they're able to submerge or ascend.
Well,
Boy,
I'm
you
sure
two
they
are
can
gonna have a blast with this game.
Just can't open them.
Oh my god.
Then the mountain spoke.
You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
I scratched my face and my model just absolutely freaked out for a second. The prince did not agree.
I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, 2 of them at least.
Oh, you mean the numbered doors.
All eyes turned toward the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
The dancer moved in front of the doors as if to block them.
We'd have to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once.
May as well give it a shot. Can't stay here forever.
Yes, I'm in favor as well.
No, I'm totally against this.
Like, maybe it's the lion's portrait that's helping, but like, there is something early 90s anime/anime game about him.
Yeah, I kind of see it.
It's his face.
Yeah.
But shouldn't we at least try? We don't know what'll happen. We should stay here.
We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink.
The clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
Hey, shut up!
They fell silent and all eyes turned to Junpei. I'm the main character. My decision goes. All you NPCs get behind me.
Wow! Okay. Should I just get a thin blue line flag and Punisher symbol now or after the stream?
What?
Look. That's not me. That's me as Junpei.
Oh boy.
They fell silent. All eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him.
Also,
but he refused to
that was my
flinch.
roommate who yelled what when
Before
I
we try
said
and decide
that.
where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too.
They were silent. Some of them looked the other way or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Akane.
I agree. I think Jumpy is right.
Jumpy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei.
She pointed towards Junpei.
We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Wait, stop! Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in?
Oh, would that be bad?
Hell yeah, it would! We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know?
But we still need to know what our names are.
Maybe he'd set up a murder motive using our relatives.
Oh no.
It's
Oh
going to be
god,
hard
no.
to talk to each
Maybe
other
it'd
if
be
we
a
don't
whole
have
spin-off based around that.
Alright, then why don't we have code names?
To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution.
Code names?
Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
7? Why are you 7?
Seemed a fair question. The mountain stuck out his left arm.
Because this bracelet number says 7.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked.
All right, I'm gonna be Santa.
Tis the season to go kill you. Fa la 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 la.
I mean, it's partly that, and also partly, he's like, yeah, I'll go by the number, because the numbers we have are important. It might be useful to refer to each other by our numbers. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'll be Santa. It's like,
yeah,
move along, you dick.
It's just funny delivery.
Well, I mean, it sounded like he was going to go along with, like, naming themselves after the number they've got.
Keep going.
Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, san means 3. So, I'll be Santa. Like Santa Claus. Fits, don't you think?
Then your bracelet number.
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3.
Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8.
I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake. My bracelet number is 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes, clearly. Which is particularly relevant given that I am blind.
You can't see?
I knew it.
He kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange. But to hear it said so casually, it was something of a surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it.
Me next!
There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least. The girl with pink hair.
I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right?
Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. The face of her bracelet showed the number 4. They'd come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet.
Alright, my number's 5.
So I have no idea what he's gonna pick, but my thought would go to Yahtzee.
So my code name is gonna be...
Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now.
You're boring. Codenames are fun. The dancer cut him off in
I
mid-sentence.
mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine. I didn't want a code name anyway. Akane stepped forward nervously.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem fair to Jumpy.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something.
What's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
She hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand. As she'd claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought...
Alright then, why don't we call you June?
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year, so you're June.
Jumpy?
Akane kneaded her hands and looked up at Junpei, uncertain. He smiled back at her, reassuringly.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
She thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod.
Okay then.
Zook, what are you doing?
Their names decided, Junpei ran over them quickly in his head.
So this is how everyone breaks down. 1 is Ace. 2 is Snake. 3 is Santa. 4 is Clover. 5 is me. 6 is June. 7 is 7. And 8 is Lotus. That means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers. The only one left is...
That glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
You haven't said a thing so far, have you?
I'll be honest, I kind of forgot he existed.
Yeah, it's because he hasn't said anything.
His skin was pale. His knees were weak, arms were sweaty. And he was soaked in every sweat.
Mom's spaghetti.
Mom's spaghetti.
His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell.
Set us to Eminem in Fortnite.
Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of a grip on his sanity. The
This
girl
guy
with
looking
the
kind of
hair,
sus.
Clover walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously.
What number are you?
He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes... Oh my god, is he on drugs? His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot
Hey,
pants.
I'm talking to you.
Chill out, he's tweaking. The man licked
He's
his
deep
dry
in the
lips.
K-hole.
The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper.
Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here. And you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left.
Is that fucking Scooby?
I do not know.
Shaggy.
Or Scabby. Shaggy.
The meat
Like,
shack.
that delivery on that last line, he was like, I'm the only one left.
He's Leonardo from TMNT.
I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this one, school.
Sorry, what did you say he was?
He's Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles.
From the recent ones?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Which voice actor?
He's
is that?
also Corrin.
Because I'm familiar with that voice actor, but I can't put my name on
Cam Clark.
Cam Clark, yeah. Wow. Wow, I did not place that. Yeah, because like Cam Clark is one of my favorite voice actors. One that I usually recognize in a lot of his roles. I've been like most of this cast. I've been like, that voice is familiar. Who is this? I did not recognize him. Wow.
Wait, if I remember correctly, didn't Cam Clark play Mythos in Tales of Symphonia?
No, he played Kratos.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. That was the first role where I recognized him because I knew him as Liquid Snake in Metal Gear Solid, and then I played Tales of Symphonia and I heard that I'm like, oh my god, it's Liquid.
So you're 9?
Yeah.
He extended a trembling arm. The bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at it contemptuously.
What's your code name?
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust.
You've got some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right. Let me show you. I'm gonna do this!
By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist.
Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
Okay. That is not what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take off his vest and reveal the bomb.
I thought it was just going to take off his pants.
Take off his pants and reveal a bomb. Silver, Santa, leapt forward toward Clover and the ninth man. He was halfway there when...
Stay back!
Suddenly, the man's hand dove into his pocket.
Oh, shit.
He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck.
If you get any closer, I'll cut her open! Yeah, that's right.
How is this gonna help you escape, my dude? God, I knew he was on drugs. The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
The prince, Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Clover, are you alright?
Fine. I'm fine. Just,
I knew we were gonna make. I fucking knew we
a-
were gonna make Solid Snake jokes.
I'm fine. Just, have a neck held up to my throat. No big deal.
You said have a neck up to your throat?
Yeah, I caught that,
Nice.
but I wasn't gonna say anything.
Yeah, you said neck, my dude. I was like,
Anyway.
that doesn't
I'm
sound
not
like...
good with words, okay?
Neither am I!
Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing.
What the hell are you trying to do? I told you, this is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
He started to move backward, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke.
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostrils flared, and he looked like he was about to choke.
Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it! Do it now!
He pressed the knife against Clover's neck, hard.
Okay, I'll do it.
Slowly, she stretched her left hand out toward the device.
Like this?
Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and on the display above her hand, an asterisk appeared.
So that's how he called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then, should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5.
Door 5. But why does this guy know so much about how this thing works?
Well, let's see. He's a 9. 4 has just scanned in. So 9, 4.
You'd need at least one.
Right.
No, wait. 9. No, he would just need ace. Because 4 plus 1 equals 5.
Yeah.
It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done. Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally, he stopped on the line. Ace.
You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes.
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her?
Okay, just calm down.
Ace held up his hands, palm out. The 9th man jerked his chin toward the device.
I'm coming over.
Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved toward the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it.
Now, verify.
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared.
Now the device has both Clover and Ace's numbers, 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door. But it won't open yet. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. One more person.
That would be him.
If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
He can use himself. Because 9 plus 5 equals 14, plus 1 plus 4 equals 5.
Yep. His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back.
No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The 9th man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile.
Don't tell me.
That was when Junpei understood his plan.
Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Added to the 9th man's 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14. And the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4, is 5. In other words...
Thank God you were all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. A third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. Yeah, but that's not the exit, my dude. The exit has a 9, you dumbass. The door opened with a heavy metallic groan.
Good! I don't need you anymore!
He let go of
Wait!
Clover. Junpei leapt toward the ninth man, but he wasn't fast enough.
Here! She's all yours!
The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door.
Okay. Have a good one, guys. I'm going off ahead now. Well then, goodbye!
He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal.
Clover! Are you alright?
Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine.
She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support.
Damn it!
Junpei ran to the door.
Bastard!
The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled. My dudes, you know how to open the door. All you would need is, let's see, Clover, Snake, and Lotus.
Open, damn it!
No, no, wait, you're right, never mind.
There's a lot of combinations that could open it.
Yeah, I just was like, okay, we can't use 9, so we just subtract 1 from that to get 8, and then take the 1, add 1 to there to get 2.
I have to say, playing all this Killer Sudoku lately has been helping.
Look, I'm good at math, okay? I'm not good at remembering
No,
numbers, but I'm
no,
good at
I
math.
don't doubt you. I do not doubt you, my dude.
And ironically, this is way simpler math than I thought it would
Shit!
be. This is just
Won't
basic
budge.
arithmetic.
We're in the tutorial.
Oh shit, sorry.
That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet.
Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
You're right. I can hear it too.
What is it?
Then they heard something else. It was the ninth man.
Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is
Oh,
wrong!
no.
Oh no.
His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What is happening in there?
Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner. Oh. Nothing happened.
Why? Why won't it work? Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here!
Okay, now I can really hear the Cam Clark.
It was him! He killed me! It was him!
Oops.
Uh-oh. Oh boy!
The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room.
A beep?
All eyes turned toward it.
Did that thing just make that sound?
The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Yeah, Dragon Cat. You don't even have a name. You stand no chance.
Let's see if we can open it.
7, the mountain, swallowed hard.
Okay.
Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel.
Well, it registered my bracelet number, but it won't open with one person. We need at least 2 more people.
What to do?
Whichever one you want.
Yeah, they all add up to 9.
Yeah, this is whatever you want.
I like Ace, so...
Ace, Lotus, you think you could give me a hand here?
The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Oh, give me a hand. Ha. Ha. Ha ha.
Ha ha. Ha ha ha.
Both Santa and June lifted their left hands silently. He verified, and she followed suit.
5 plus 1
Wait,
plus 8 equals 14.
Hold up.
What?
That line of text is wrong.
What do you mean?
It said Santa and June when it was Ace and Lotus.
Yeah, that would be incorrect.
I guess it really doesn't matter.
1 plus 4 equals
It
5.
doesn't matter.
This should do it. Now we just need to pull the lever on the side. You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. There was a metallic groan and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. I mean, it wouldn't have time to start smelling by this point. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Lotus and Ace shuddered. Seven grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Even Santa's voice shook.
He blew up.
It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. You know, this is gonna getting through the 9 door a little bit problematic. Shriek
Just a
echoed across the
little.
room. It had come from June. Well, the rules said 3 to 5 people anyway, so it's not like we could have put all 9 numbers in anyway. We'll get to that when we get to that. Then her strength left her and she dropped. Junpei turned to catch her. The door groaned shut. She crumpled to the floor.
June, are you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
I'm really glad that it only left it as that, because I remember, if I remember clearly, like the DS version of the explanation of him getting blown up.
Oi! Oi!
Sorry. That's spoilerly? Okay then.
June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax and her whole body began to shake.
Alright, okay.
Oh, Blanc says that we're all still eligible for the 9 door.
Oh, cool. So he was absolutely expendable from the start. Cool, good to know. She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Here we go.
As gently as he could, he set her down on it.
How are you feeling? Are you alright?
She nodded, and as she did, a single huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
Why? Why did this happen?
Because you have to trust your companions. Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief, and choked by sobs.
Why did this happen?
Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on! Anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there, 7 pairs of downcast eyes, and 7 grim lines for mouths. He was a fool. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped.
Yeah, surprise! I'm not voicing anyone in the main cast.
Then, suddenly...
He's taking a break.
And suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring.
No, it's more like I'm taking the opportunity to have the first stream where I'm actually a mod being dedicated to paying attention to that.
Damn it, Dragon Cat.
That's pretty
So
good.
I guess
What
this
did
game
they-
is
what
now
did they say?
989.
Oh, Haha.
And suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then, on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence. Jesus Christ, we wasted an hour on that shit.
Yep.
It's 10
Yeah.
o'clock then.
They said what each one of them had been
That
thinking.
means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
Seven's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up. Let's get going already!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke.
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the ninth man?
Of course, who else?
In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.
Blood and pieces of flesh.
Meat. The dark, reddish-black pool of blood. The scattered pieces of flesh. Organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful.
That's no way for a person to die.
The ninth man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed, and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back, and stark white ribs jutted up out of his chest like the legs of some sort of macabre crab. Where was the bomb? I was expecting it was on the wrist, but it wouldn't cause an explosion like that.
It was in his stomach.
In his stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Junpei felt something flip in his stomach. It was a bomb.
Oh no.
I think he just screwed up.
Eyebrows went up, and Santa continued. I agree with Santa.
He probably set off some sort of trap, and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find it particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The ninth man's death. It had nothing to do with the trap. Or at least, not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. Quite simple if you think about it.
Huh?
You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number of people?
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. Right?
And after that? You've forgotten the relevant part. What did Zero say?
Santa furrowed his brow in thought. Junpei thought back. Zero said...
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it was, it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
That is correct. A gold star for you, Junpei.
Yay!
The fuck are you, an elementary school teacher?
Maybe. Snake inclined his head towards Junpei.
The ninth man, however, broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
And Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity and sighed.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely.
He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Here.
Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket.
A card? What does it say?
See for yourself.
Snake's like, how the fuck should I know?
I'm blind!
With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Come on now, what's the point of giving
I
me
really
this?
hope that Snake makes a lot of blind jokes, just like Toph does in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, exactly.
I fucking love those jokes.
You can't see it because I don't have a webcam up, but I'm waving my hands in front of my face, like Toph did.
Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion.
One of my favorite lines is just like,
this?
I don't know what this is, but it sounds like a piece of paper. But I can't see it.
My favorite bit was when she was upset that the others weren't including her and put up the posters, and it's like, I can put it up just fine, and slams it on there, and she's like, I put it on upside down.
It's upside down, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was backwards, even worse.
Yeah. But honestly, my favorite joke is when they're looking for the library and they're flying over the desert. So they all look.
Look over there. Everyone looks.
And she's like, that's what it's gonna sound like when you guys see it.
Oh my god, she was the best.
Anyway. Last Airbenders. Anyway.
Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands.
I could talk about it all day.
Let's see.
The card went from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
This is Braille.
Oh, so it is actually something Snake can read.
Yeah, it's something only he can see.
Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small embossed bumps.
Oh god, I have to break out my Pokemon Emerald again.
Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry guys, I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk.
Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
From Zero?
A message?
What does it say?
Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa especially looked as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand.
Shit out of you.
Calm down now. No need to panic.
I'm gonna beat you like an answer pinata.
You don't need to force me. I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke.
Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number. Beside every numbered door, you will find a red. The dead is the deactivation device. It does exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use the dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you, and people who you are about to meet.
Red Dead-free bracelet.
You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt, by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine.
Okay, correction.
You will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try.
Close enough.
Yeah, but
Okay.
can't we just get some milk and magnesium, guys?
Yeah, it's like
You got 8 hours.
Good idea. Let me ask you a question. Where can we find some?
I have a fast metabolism.
You think I know this? How much time does it take? I mean, I want to say it's less than 9 hours for something to pass through a system.
As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator.
I'm just trying to think, you know, how long after Taco Bell?
Think of it as a remote fuse or timer for the bomb in your body. There is only one condition which will cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode.
That's barely a minute and a half. What the fuck?
It's because of 81. 8 plus 1 equals 9.
Every person who verifies
Well, also 9
their
times 9.
number at the red
Yep.
also verify their numbers at the dead.
Oh, I'm guessing the dead is something that's like just on the inside of the door. I was thinking it was what we solved the puzzle for.
Yeah, no. So just think about it. The red is at the front of the door. They go through the passage, and at the end of the passage is the dead.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead. You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. So long as the doors open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets.
So I suppose you actually have 72, a window of 72 seconds to scan your bracelet.
Yes.
There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is
Or
taken
3, you get your hand
outside
cut off.
the ship, or the exotic Marin's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet.
No, there is another way.
There is.
We know from another game that there is very much a way to get something off your wrist.
Yep.
Force it off. When disable the detonator,
I mean, I don't think
Oh.
I'll survive that.
immediately explode.
Never mind, this is why. Right, I suppose if it gets a certain distance away from the bomb will just explode.
This is all the information which I can impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If used wisely, you can eliminate those who might be a danger to you. For a time, you would be able to control your fate. I wish you the best of luck.
Well, isn't he a nice guy for telling us all this information and not being a dick about it?
Yeah, exactly. I like Snake.
He's pretty
of
cool.
Of course, he could be lying, and none of us would ever know because none of us can read Braille.
Fair enough.
That would be a funny bilingual bonus if you knew Braille and could actually read it when it was showing the close-up there, and you could see that it said something completely different. Wouldn't that be
cool
rad?
Oh, that would be
if that was
funny.
something you could do.
I mean, reading it is definitely something you could do. It's not something I can do. Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket.
So it's saying Only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors. Teams can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in. The reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury, and executioner.
Oh, shit! A fucking bomb! Come out! Come out, damn it!
In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach.
Bomb inside me.
The thought of it made him queasy.
Oh.
His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak. Then Zero said over the intercom, "By the way, I have locked all the bathrooms."
What made
I
Zero
am the
think
one who
creating
is
this
voicing
horror
Zero.
show of a game was a
By
good
the way,
idea?
there are no plungers either, even if you get in there.
He clogged all the... There's also no toilet paper.
No!
No, wait. If there was toilet paper, it'd be the cheese grater toilet paper.
Yeah. Do not mention cheese graters.
It's okay, there aren't any raccoons around.
No.
Or educational television.
Anyway. Junpei looked over at the others.
All right. I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like surprise or something?
I'm really tired.
Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised.
You think it's a good time to end off?
I don't think like
no,
quite
we have
this
a point
time.
where we'll stop soon enough.
Yeah, I get the
I
feeling
know,
we're
but
probably
I gotta
gonna-
get going. I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
You alright with that?
Yeah, I'm just...
There was a
I'm
moment of
fine, you can
silence,
go if you really need to.
and then everyone
Yeah,
spoke at
sorry,
once.
guys. I mean,
I
I was trying to stick it around as long as possible.
Yeah, we are going a little bit later than usual.
I did.
Yeah.
We also started later than usual.
True, we had
This is
technical
true.
difficulties.
Me
Alright,
too.
I'll see you guys
didn't
next
see
Sunday.
inside
Please
the
take care,
mask,
everyone.
though.
And thank you for joining us on this crazy, crazy math journey.
Mm-hmm. It's only just starting.
Yeah.
And remember, swing on the spiral. Take care, everybody.
It's too early for a goodbye. Ah. She always makes it sound like the stream is ending.
Yeah, we really need
Mask.
to
It
discuss
was really
that.
scary.
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same. We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on.
We were taken from home at midnight. If it's 9 p.m., that means we've been out for... God damn, we've been out for like 13 hours. No, 11 hours.
Well, at least you won't need to sleep
I'm bad
before
at
you
math.
get out.
I'm bad at math. 12. 21.
There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed.
How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Only Seven's story seemed to lack the detail of the others.
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
That was all he had said. It had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger.
So, I have a question.
That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover.
Snake and Clover, you were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together.
Your phone's coming through.
Really? God damn it.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide.
We're siblings.
Siblings?
Wow.
Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That
By the way,
really so
Snake
hard
is
to understand.
24, and Clover is 18. Clover is the youngest member of the cast.
Oh, thank God.
Snake is far younger than I thought he'd be. Junpei was taken aback.
For point of reference for the rest of the cast, Ace is 50, Seven is 45, Santa is also 24, June and Junpei are both 21, Lotus is 40.
Wow. Lotus is rocking it for a 40-year-old.
Yep.
Add all the ages together, you get 243. So that adds up to 9.
You cannot escape.
Wataru Uchikoshi is a diabolical motherfucker. I hope you are ready.
Yeah, I hope you like the number 9.
Well, wait. What's the age of the 9th man?
We don't know.
Okay.
His
Probably
age is a stain on the wall.
Probably something that still causes it to form a digital root of 9. The others seemed just as surprised.
She is correct, of course.
He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder.
Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but...
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance.
Snake pointed at Junpei and June.
Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me?
Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
Yeah.
June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention.
Well, yeah.
Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well, and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible. All for the low price of $9.99.99.
Hey.
99999999999.
Right. You connect the dots between the victims, and that leads you to the perp. Textbook stuff.
Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell?
Huh, ring a bell.
Ring a bell?
They looked at one another.
How
Like
cool,
it was
I love
staged.
Tales of Vesperia.
They both tilted their neck at the same time. I haven't played enough Vesperia to know what you're referencing.
Well,
That's the
perhaps you went to
title
school
theme.
with the son of a multimillionaire.
The title theme is Ring a Bell?
The title theme's name is Ring a Bell. Yes.
A millionaire?
Son?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group?
Perhaps the remnants of despair.
Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty fucked up experiments. Did you ever hear about the prisoner experiment?
Did you ever hear about the... Did you ever hear about the... oh, God, what was that Garland experiment? Something Rose? Black Rose?
Black Rose, but I was thinking the real-life versions. You know.
You mean the one that Sonya brought up at the end of DR2?
Possibly. It's the one where they divided up the people into two. Half of them were prisoners, and half of them were the guards in the prison. And they decided to see how the interaction, how it changed the interaction between the people. Even knowing that this was just a pretend scenario, yeah, it led to some pretty heinous activity of the guards towards the prisoners.
What a shocker.
Yeah, it is. It
Prisons
is.
are inherently awful.
Oh,
it's
actually, that's
one
not
of
the worst. That's not the worst one I can think of, actually.
But yeah, the Stanford Prison Experiment is the poster child for why ethics in psychology should be a thing.
I mean, I think
Well,
a worst
to be
example. I can't remember.
From what
Go on.
From what I understand, there actually is some dispute around the legitimacy of the experiment to begin with, and it was it less showed that people are inherently dicks to each other when given the opportunity, and more that, from what I understand, there was definitely some biasing in the instructions given.
Probably.
I'm trying to remember the exact details. I read up on this a while ago, but
I remember there was another experiment where, like, participants were able to administer an electric shock to another person, and they were told to keep increasing the voltage even when it was clear the other person was being more and more hurt by it. Though I think in this occasion it was actually sort of less unethical because the person being quote-unquote shocked was only pretending to be shocked, but it still pushed the people like participating in the experiment, the people pushing the buttons, to a uncomfortable degree to be coerced to keep pushing the button.
Yeah.
Anyway, humans are monsters. Let's proceed.
I mean, come on.
Real
A
zero
guy's
state moment
dead.
in the conversation.
I am glad that we are apparently getting in character with our random trivia.
You really are. You have no idea.
I mean, I was primed a little bit in already being aware of that meme post. The word dead hung in the
I
air,
hope
heavy
you
and ominous.
like a lot of scientific and pseudoscientific tangents that seemingly come out of nowhere.
The room went quiet again.
By the way, did you know that tangent is a mathematical term to describe?
Oh my god.
Okay, show me to Miyamoto.
Speaking of the room, there was an infamous movie in the 2000s.
This is gonna be a fun playthrough.
If this was all one guy, he's got
okay,
some
that's getting a
serious
marker.
issues.
Congratulations, if you are happy to, you will be happy to know that we are now playing a game where the rambling side tangents that we keep getting distracted on are actually relevant.
Yep.
Yay!
Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time.
Oh, so just like us.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
We waste time just talking about
What should we
random
do?
bullshit.
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking.
So, real talk, Santa is probably my favorite role that Sean Shiplock has ever done, and I hope you guys enjoy him too.
Santa threw up his hands. His voice was filled with irritation.
Talking won't solve anything. It can't help us find our way out of here. You're really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted an hour and a half of our 9 hours.
Everyone there was already on the edge of panic. What Santa told them only made that feeling more intense. No one was willing to argue this time.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct.
Okay, good.
And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
June looked toward the numbered doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait,
Lotus looked terrified.
I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be selfish.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
And we were doing so well.
Ace shook his head sadly.
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey man, I just bought these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming.
I love how that was misspelled, but Sean Shiplock went and said it that way too.
Yeah.
That was the last straw.
What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going?
Yeah, in door number 4.
Yeah, so doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
There was another long silence. This time, Snake was the one to break it.
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer! If you're going, I'm going too. I'm going into door 5.
What am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you have to do.
Ace stepped forward.
If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5.
7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait, what about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be?
Junpei did a quick mental calculation.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me. Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6,
4.
5. What would our digital root be? 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So, the digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4.
He repeated what he determined.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
Then we can go into door 4.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
So the team assignments will be like this. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. They would go through door 5. Lotus, Santa, June, and me will go through door 4. Are these really the teams I want? Beyond door 5 is what remains of the 9th man. I never want to see that thing again, but something's telling me that it'd be a good idea to examine the corpse, even just a little closer. Of course, if I went through door 5, I wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. I could bring June with me through door 5, but that means she'd have to see the body in there. I don't want to put her through that.
Junpei was torn.
Should I stay silent and go through door 4? Or should I stop them and insist on door 5?
As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up.
All right then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go?
He began to walk toward door 5.
I'm going through door 5.
Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Which door?
Here is your first actual choice. So,
Holy
if
shit!
you're in door 4, you will be having a team presented to you. You will be going with Santa, Lotus, and June. However, you can choose door 5, and they will cooperate. You will instead be going with 7 and Snake if you choose that. The best stopping point would be to make your choice, go through the final scenes before you get to the room, and stop at the start of the room.
I am thinking door 5.
Alright.
Hey, wait.
Junpei's cry echoed across the room. The 4 people walking toward the door stopped and turned back toward him.
I want to go through door 5 too.
The words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up.
What? What are you saying, Jumpy? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you.
He turned around to look at her.
No, you can't. I can't take you with me.
Why?
Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want to see that?
Well...
June opened her mouth as if to say something, but instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei
Funny enough, I would have chosen to go through door 4 myself.
Really? Why?
Stay.
Just not wanting to rock the boat.
We're on a boat.
So
it's already rocking.
Speaking personally as a person, I would have chosen to just go with 4. I wouldn't have had a reason to pick door 5 because I would trust the others. But this being a video game where I am the main character and the rest are all NPCs, I would want to go through the one that has the body.
So your code name is absolutely Castor.
No, his codename is Incel. Talking about NPCs.
I'm talking about Earth.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, Sook, you're making a reference that I do not get.
No, I'm not. caster because a spellcaster typically uses pentagrams for summoning, and a pentagram has 5 points, and you're bracelet 5 because you're the protagonist.
Oh.
Wait, if it's going to be a pentagram, couldn't you just say Satan?
I thought I went with Yahtzee earlier. Anyway. Junpei felt an ache in his chest at her clear distress, but the choice was not his to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions.
Please, let me go into door 5.
Seven scratched his head and looked at the young man.
And we're right back where we started, you know that?
Junpei's bracelet is number 5, right?
Huh,
if we are going
I actually
to add
didn't know that.
then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us.
Apparently, Uchikoshi said that if Junpei did have a code name, it would be Hand, Star, or Penta.
Interesting.
Snake turned to Ace.
Ace, please, take good care of Clover.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
Don't go away!
You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others.
No!
Don't be so selfish.
Snake's tone was harsh.
Why?
Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened, and he put his arms around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her ear.
You'll be fine. Just relax.
He looked as though he whispered 2 or 3 more words, but whatever they were, Junpei didn't hear them.
What did he tell her?
He couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring.
Okay, I understand.
Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. Before long, new teams were assembled.
Let's make sure we've got this straight. Those going to door 5 are me, 7, and Snake. 7 plus 2 plus 5 equals 14. And the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4, is 5. And those going to door 4 are Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4 is 22. And the digital root of 22 is 2 plus 2, 4. We're okay with this?
No problems here.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right, then.
I also didn't know that either. Thank you, blog.
7, Snake, and Junpei scanned their numbered bracelets in quick succession. The screen of the RED showed 3 asterisks.
The lever's all that's left.
Okay.
All right, then. Let's go.
Junpei glanced around one last time, his hand resting on the lever of the RED.
Okay. Please be careful.
So, Blanc also mentioned that the 9th man's codename would be Pigeon, since the kanji for pigeon includes the number 9 in it.
Concern was written plainly across her face.
We will.
Junpei looked her in the eye and gave what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. With the sharp clack of the lock releasing, the door swung open.
And it's open.
And open! Ahead of them, in the small hallway, were the pitiful remains of the 9th man.
Oh.
That's messed up.
That was the 9th man.
For a moment, Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, and his feet would not leave the floor.
Are you regretting your choice yet, son?
Nope. Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. Well, of course he was. He can't see it.
But he can smell it.
Smells like meat. He walked calmly down the bloody hallway and only stopped when he realized his companions were not following.
Oh.
How can you...
Well, do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was, at most, slightly cocked toward one shoulder.
Sorry.
Let's go!
Junpei and 7 looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves through the door.
It smells like meat, iron, and burning.
Oh god, what's that one really fucked up adventure game where there's this one character who's really obsessed with meat?
Do you have any
It's called
idea?
Persona 4.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows things down?
It's a
Kingdom of
90s
Loathing?
window point-and-click adventure game.
Kingdom of Loathing?
No.
No. 90s point-and-click adventure game. Is it a Sierra
like-
game?
No, it is not. It was super controversial for its time, and it basically...
Harvester?
The end... Harvester, that's the one, I think.
As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrists of all three men. Seven and Junpei looked down at their bracelets. On both of them, and on Snake's, a red skull had flickered to life.
Damn it! The countdown started!
They had scarcely
And
processed
now it's-
this information when... With a metallic slam, the numbered door behind them swung shut.
Shit, the door!
There's no turning back now, and if we don't manage to find the deactivation device...
Hey, where is the dead?
The fear and urgency in Seven's face reflected what all three of them felt.
How the hell should I know?
Stay calm. Look around you.
Okay, I get it.
Junpei spun around, searching desperately for the dead.
Ah!
He found it easily enough. It was on the wall, next to the closed door labeled 5.
Found it! Right here!
As he yelled,
I was
he struck the
expecting-
scanner with his hand.
I was expecting it to be covered in blood, to be honest.
Yeah, that would be fucked up if the dead here didn't work because of the explosion.
Yeah.
Game over. Choose door number 4, you fucker. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down.
Well, it looks like it stopped.
Suddenly, a massive explosion happened from the other room.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God, that would be tragic. Especially with both June and Clover being separated from.
You're fucking awful.
Look, I've
And
been
the
through.
worst.
I've been through a
And the-
lot.
And the worst part about that is it would also doom all the others because the only door they could go into is the 5 door.
True. Minimum of 3 people.
Roll credits.
Unless you can grab the bracelets from people who've died.
Have fun drowning, bitch.
As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand.
Stand up,
Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack.
Head up near Automata style credits. Yes.
Let's see. What would it be? Ending X, explosion of Automata.
I mean, it is an automatic explosion.
A muscle stood out in Seven's neck, and the corners of his mouth were twitching.
Jumpy, are you all right? Are you guys okay?
They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct from the other side of the door.
Yeah, we're fine. The detonators have been deactivated.
They heard relieved sighs, and even through the door, the 3 men could feel the tension disperse. Oh good, so we were the guinea pigs who went in while everyone else watched to make sure it would work properly. Thanks, guys.
Alright, we're moving on. Be careful, okay?
Okay.
Sure thing.
You know, I probably, if I was in this situation, I would have said, by the way, the dead should be next to the door. Don't panic.
And they're gone.
But what if it wasn't?
Shit. They heard footsteps moving away, and before long, they were alone again. Junpei looked around.
Doesn't look like we can go any further this way.
The hallway ended roughly 20 or 30 feet from where they stood.
Maybe this wall can be moved. Or not. It's not budging.
Hey, there's a door over there.
Oh my god. Tries to move the wall before trying the door. To the left, however, was a wooden door that looked positively inviting by comparison.
Okay, so we have Dumb and a Jock and Beefy down. So right now he's a Jock. Now we just need to show him to be kind, and he'll be a certified himbo.
Okay, however, keep in mind, he does have at least some proven math capabilities.
Okay, but still.
So he's not dumb. In the middle of it was a plaque.
He
that read
tried
first class.
moving a wall instead of a door.
He might just have more trouble noticing things than the blind man.
A first-class cabin, huh?
Well, it seems like it.
All int
Let's
and
have a
no
look then,
whiz.
shall we?
Yeah, exactly. -3 perception check.
All right then, let's go.
Yeah.
Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside.
Ugh.
Seven followed closely behind. Junpei moved to follow them as well, but he stopped just short of the threshold and looked back, not knowing why.
I don't want to look, but...
Lying in the small hallway was a man's body, or at least what was left of it. He tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave his mind.
It's so horrible. I can't even tell what's what.
I mean, this is why you came in here, Junpei. This is why you decided to switch doors. What had once been a man's internal organs now looked like so much vomit, as though something had chewed up and spit out the better part of his torso. It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It was hard to believe the thing on the floor had once been human. The black pool of thick blood, the lumps of glistening flesh spread across the floor, the awkward, twisted tangle of shredded intestines, the head wrenched to some grotesque, unnatural position.
He'd been wearing these.
The man's glasses lay next to his head. The lenses were cracked and the frame bent and distorted. Next to the glasses lay a bracelet, the number 9 still visible on its face. Ah, you can reuse the bracelets.
Oh wait, Zero did say...
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. More heartbeat, which is 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the parastatic wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Wait, I have an idea for how we can all get out of this, okay? So, we use Star Platinum to take hold of our hearts and stop our heart for just long enough for it to shut down.
The bracelet comes off when you're dead. Oh, but what the hell's the point of getting it off when you end up like this? Oh, just imagining how it must have happened. This was a human.
Okay, but wouldn't that also run into the same problem we would have if we just cut off one of our arms with a bomb just going off anyway?
Well, it listed it as deactivating it in the similar vein to escaping, and the impression is that escaping would make so the bomb would not detonate either. So it's probably safe to assume that if you die by some other method, you will not explode. Or, let me rephrase that. If you die, or if the bracelet thinks that you have died, you will probably not explode. Anyway.
Who has Star Platinum? I don't know, but Ace is voiced by Joseph Joestar, so our best bet is confronting him about it.
Well, he doesn't have... he has Hermit Purple. What are we gonna do with that? We don't have any cameras.
Well, that's the funny thing. You don't even need a camera to use it. Joseph's just stupid.
Well, this is true. This is true. That was so funny.
Wait, what?
Later on, it turns out that he doesn't need to use the camera to do to use an expensive camera and destroy it to do that. And he had just been wasting all his fucking money buying a new expensive camera every time he wanted to use his power. He was just being an idiot.
Wow.
Gods.
Suddenly,
I probably missed that part. I don't
believe,
recall that.
I believe it came up in part 4.
So I probably haven't seen that yet.
No, it's in part 3, during the Empress fight.
Oh, right. So it was later, part 3. So,
Also, in part 3, you see Dio use Jonathan's stand, which is also a version of Hermit Purple, and he just taps the camera lightly and it works.
Suddenly, Junpei felt his stomach convulse, and a knot of muscle gripped his throat.
Oh god. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Oh, I gotta get out of here.
He clapped his hands over his mouth and ran to the first-class cabin. The atmosphere changed immediately. The room was gorgeous, and despite the apparent age of the ship, none the worse for wear.
Where did they...
You know, something I've been thinking about. If I had a nickel for every time a prominent DS game had you stuck on a ship, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Which is the other one?
Resident Evil Revelations.
Ah.
He looked around. Seven and Snake were nowhere to be seen. Well, I suppose
Okay,
Revelations has 2 ships. In the
when you said
dumbest...
when you said Resident Evil, though, I will admit my mind for a moment went, "Wait, Resident Evil 7 got released on the DS?"
True. There was a this is also this is the second stream I've started in a row that prominently features a ship as well, because Resident Evil 7 was the last thing I had started on stream. It's not the last thing I streamed, but it's the last thing I started.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. Wait, if you're talking about the original Pokemon Ranger, that was on the GBA.
No, I'm pretty sure it was on the DS.
Was it?
Yeah,
I've sworn it wasn't.
Rangers.
The original Ranger couldn't have been on the DS because of how its functionality for the Manaphy egg transfer works with Diamond and Pearl.
I'll have to look into that, but I went and picked up.
Wait, the original Pokemon Ranger was definitely on the DS. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, every single entry in the series was on the DS.
Why the fuck do I think it was the GBA then?
It didn't use the GBA link thing for the Manaphy. I thought I believe it was using a Wonder Card type of thing. With a second DS.
Why the fuck did I get that idea?
I don't know. You might have been thinking of Mystery Dungeon, where the first one was on GBA and then the others were on DS.
No, it was something specifically linking with the Diamond and Pearl that I was thinking of. Either way.
You're probably thinking of the PAL Park to transfer from Gen 3 to Gen 4. But that's a different system entirely. Anyway. There were 2 doors on the right side of the room. He opened the one on his right and went through.
Through here?
When are we hitting the stopping point, by the way?
We're about to.
Okay. I thought for a second we'd gotten distracted and passed it. On the other side of the door was a short hallway. He jogged down the hallway, opened the door at the other end, and peeked through. Huh, that's interesting, Dragon Cat.
Interesting indeed.
I'm gonna be interested in that when I go through it. By the way, off stream, I've been finally starting my Living Dex challenge, which is also a challenge to go through all the Pokemons.
Basically, he's trying to truly catch them all.
Yeah.
And he's also trying to catch them all in the game that they first showed up in.
Yep. But I'm also including any special Pokemon, like NPC traits and such like that.
Or the Coliseum and XD game Mons, which have unique stuff.
Right. Which means I am not just like... otherwise, my trip through Kanto would just be Fire Red and Leaf Green. But because of that stipulation, I am going through the Virtual Console release of Red and Blue, Fire Red and Leaf Green, as well as my copy of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I'll need to find someone with Let's Go Pikachu to trade with.
Good luck.
I mean, there's people who have that game. Anyway. There they were to his right, busy examining something.
What's up?
He He stepped through the door and walked toward them.
Check this out. We found this thing here on the door.
The red light's on. Does that mean it's locked?
So I would assume.
Is there any other way out?
We looked around a little. Other than this door, we didn't find anything.
So you're telling me that unless we can open this door?
Yes. We won't be going anywhere.
Junpei stepped away from the door and looked around the room.
This looks like a bedroom.
Then the other room is probably a living room. Or the closest you can get to one on a ship.
All right, let's find a way to open this door. Come on, guys.
All right. This our
Welcome
point?
to the first class cabin. Click back out and then you can save.
I am taking a good look at this, and you know, I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Probably a good idea.
So that way I can review it before we begin next time.
Yes, smart. Anyways. Hope you are hooked with this first introduction stream, you two.
Wait, make sure you
It's
save.
interesting. Very interesting. And then a skunk trots across me and goes,
And next time, Earth, we're gonna have our first escape room with other people voicing with you. Loey, you're pulling double duty right out of the gate.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah, I know we didn't have a lot of voice acting for the other people on this first go through, but glad to have you guys here regardless.
Of course.
all right. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
Nighty
night.
night.
Take care, everyone.
So long. Farewell.
No!